How's it going, gamers? It's Chongo here, and today I've got a review for you guys. I'm going to be reviewing Battlefield 4 for the PC, so let's get into it. The Battlefield series has received critical acclaim, but how does Battlefield 4 measure up to its predecessors? Battlefield 4 is one of this year's biggest shooters, known for its massive scale battles and destructible environments. However, this time around, destructibility has been taken to a whole new level. Whether it is taking down a skyscraper, surviving a flood, or having part of a building collapse, Battlefield 4 prides itself on this concept, which has been expanded upon from previous games. Battlefield 3 destructibility is nothing compared to Levolution in this game. The main reason players flock to Battlefield games is the multiplayer, which for the most part hasn't been changed too much from Battlefield 3. Sure, there are slight changes which improve the overall experience, such as increasing the number of players in a squad to 5 and improving destructibility, but underneath it is still the same Battlefield experience. However, this isn't a bad thing, and working together with a squad to take down vehicles or capture objectives has never felt better. One problem, however, is the glitches and bugs. On multiple occasions the game would crash to desktop or the game would just completely freeze, as well as texture issues and rubber banding lag even though the connection to the server was fine. These issues can give players a headache, but when Battlefield 4 works, it is amazing. The maps this time around feel better and more fluid than in Battlefield 3. With Battlefield 3, many maps were hated at launch as they were just plain dull. It is a nice, refreshing change to enjoy most, if not all, the maps in Battlefield 4's multiplayer. The graphics in this edition of the Battlefield series look amazing and put other shooters to shame. Currently, all the footage you're seeing in this review are only being played on the low setting, and as you can still see, the game still looks amazing. The game also runs quite smoothly, most of the time the frame rate staying around 80 to 90 frames. The class-based system is mostly the same from Battlefield 3. There are new guns and gadgets, and the ability to swap from fully auto on a gun to single shot and burst fire is very useful. If you've played Battlefield 3 on PC, you will know that you have to use the Battlelog site to join servers. This is the same for Battlefield 4. Joining servers are relatively unchanged from Battlefield 3, however, looking at stats and future gun unlocks plus leaderboards have been improved for Battlefield 4. This is one of the best stats and leaderboard sites that I have seen for a game, and it is remarkably easy to just browse through and see what kind of future unlocks you have coming for you. A new addition to Battlefield 4 is the ability to see what division you are in the world for a certain class, weapon, or pretty much anything. For example, I'm currently in Division 2 for Assault Score and Revives. This is a good thing as it makes you want to try and get into the top division when competing with the rest of the world in multiplayer.
You don't like having a woman in your squad?
I don't have a problem with women. I got a problem with liars!
The campaign in Battlefield games have never really been a great experience. It is mostly the same this time around. With that being said, the campaign is better than that of Battlefield 3's. The characters feel like they matter, however, the storyline being really short, only around a couple of hours, you don't get much time to become attached to anyone. The game follows the same style of most other FPS shooters. Your character doesn't talk and is only spoken to, which hurts the storyline in the long run, mainly due to the fact that you are the leader of a squad but you never talk. It would have been a better experience if they gave your character a voice and a personality, rather than just an empty vessel for you to experience the storyline through. The single player also has some bugs, such as the storyline stopping as if the game was waiting for a queue that never arose. These issues were only solved after I reloaded to a past checkpoint. The plot is also quite confusing and plays out way too fast for any of it to really matter. If the campaign lasted a few more hours, maybe the plot and characters would have had more time to be fleshed out. The campaign also takes the recent trend of giving the player the final decision in a game that was linear up until the point of the choice. The choice takes place at the end of the game, and the result of this choice will give you either an assault rifle or submachine gun or an LMG in multiplayer. The reasoning behind this choice is probably to encourage players to beat the game. However, it would have been better if the choice never took place and the game just continued on its linear fashion and just gave you the multiplayer guns upon completing the story. Overall, Battlefield 4 is quite a fun game. The bugs and crashes can be annoying from time to time, but these should be fixed in upcoming patches. The campaign feels very average and almost unnecessary, as it is too short and the characters were not fleshed out enough to be memorable. However, the multiplayer is where Battlefield 4 shines, and that is where you'll be spending most of your time in Battlefield 4. I'm giving Battlefield 4 for the PC an 8 out of 10. This score would have been higher if the campaign had been a little bit better, as well as there being less bugs in multiplayer and just overall. This brings me to the end of my Battlefield 4 review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, and if you've got any comments, put them down below, and if you want to join the Gamerhood, just subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.